England versus India in India. It's day 2 just after lunch. Do you want to run through the sides?
Yeah, I think it's worth having a look because there's
Do you have the sides there, Jimmy?
a few of these guys in the English side that I'm not super aware of.
Like I said last week, they were rotating their quicks throughout this series, just with the quick turnaround in Sri Lanka. I think it was a 2 or 3 game series. They're looking at 6 or 7 games in Asia. Ashes coming up at the end of the year. Obviously, Broad and Anderson getting on in age. No point burning them out. So that's what they've gone with. So I'll just do one of my voices going on. Rory Burns, Dom Sibley, Dan Lawrence, Joe Root, Stokes, Ollie Pope, Josh Butler, Dom Bess, Jofra, Jack Leach, and Jimmy Anderson ran at the 11. And for the Indians, I think it was Rohit Sharma, Shubman, Pujara, Kohli, King Kohli back, Rahane, Pant with the gloves on, Washington Sundar, Ravi Ashwin, Ishant back into the team, Jasprit Bumrah with his first game in India for India, which we were talking about that earlier. That's
Unbelievable.
Shocking.
How many tests has he played?
This is 18, so 17 tests. He's taken nearly 100 poles all overseas, so I think everyone's pretty excited to see him go to work in India.
He's an absolute bloody weapon outside of India, so it's going to be interesting to see what he can do in his home
Absolutely.
country.
Shabazz Nadeem to round out the 11 there.
The little story on Shabazz Nadeem, he's playing his second test ever. I think Jadeja still unavailable through injury, and then Kuldeep Yadav I think was available, healthy scratch to get Nadeem in. I'm pretty sure.
What happened to our boy Hardik?
Hardik in the squad. Obviously, an excellent short form player of the game. Just omitted, I imagine.
Yeah. They've got a strong side.
We were talking about last week the depth that they have, and for Nadeem to come in, I think it is his left arm tweakers. Is that
left arm orthodox?
Orthodox.
So I suppose a Jadeja-esque guy with the ball, obviously not much chop with the bat compared to Jadeja. But yeah, interesting. His first test was, I think, in 2019, so 2 years out of the side against South Africa. He had 4 for 40 in the match in that game. So
hasn't been able to squeeze back in until now. Dropped after getting 4 for his stiff, but
it was like we were talking about Karun Nair. Who made 300 back in 2016 and only ended up playing 6 tests. It's crazy. Another testament to the depth for the Indian cricket team.
Do you want to close that, Jimmy?
Joe Root.
Well, let's talk where they are at the moment.
He's currently on 192. England are 4 for 428. Obviously, an excellent start for the Poms here in India. We were concerned for them considering what just happened to our beloved Australian team here, and they're really looking the goods after 5 sessions on the back of their star, Joe Root.
Well, and Stokes. So Stokes just got out before, so Pope's in. 87, I think he got.
Devil's number.
He was trying to hit one into the stands.
82 it was.
Yeah, 82, sorry. Yeah, he tried to hit one in the stands and got caught because he didn't get it far enough. But yeah, the two have really put on a big partnership.
Massive partnership. And also shout out to Dom Sibley, made 87 there, opening the bat.
That's the 87.
286 rocks.
Yeah, 286 rocks. So Pujara-esque there, striking at 30, but obviously chewing up that new ball, doing an opener's job. Pepsi-esque.
Shout out the Yams.
Shout out the Yams, big game tomorrow. Dom Sibley, the name I wasn't super aware of, so I had a little read. He's actually playing his 9th test. He's already got 2 tons for England, averaging about 36. So you'd probably like to see that come up a little bit. It's been an absolutely like a carousel of opening bats for them.
3,
like since the sort of Strauss Triscothic days.
Yes. Well, Al Cook obviously pinned that down,
and then Al Cook after Triscothic. So I think Strauss and Cook probably would have played 40 odd tests together. Then before that, Strauss and Triscothic, and then since then been an absolute rotating door. So it would be interesting to see if these guys can set up a good opening partnership.
Exactly right.
Rory Burns has been there for a while now.
They're pretty big on Burns, a bit of an odd technique, but very similar to how Sibley batted today or this test match. Just chews up balls, lets them go past. Let's leave it well. That's what we need. I mean, as Australian, I'm craving to get someone to face 200 balls and get a 60 odd. Like that would be fantastic because this is what they've done. Sibley's gone at 30 to get 87, and Root's come in. He's doing his job. Stokes comes in. There's your run scorers. There's your flair.
Yep.
You've chewed up. You're playing in a hot day in India.
Yep.
They've got to chase around.
Yep.
Watch Dom simply, kill the ball back to back. Let it go to the
old,
keeper.
Old school test approach. And with the advent of T20 cricket over the last 10 years, you have seen it sort of creep into test matches, and guys do go out there and, if you're not striking at 60 or 70,
Yeah, you're hurting the team. Yeah,
that's right.
Exactly.
But
You've got 5 days to bat.
Yeah, as Pujara showed, and now these guys today, sometimes you just got to do an opener's job and go out there and choose some balls.
Kill the ball, exactly right. And we're talking, Joe Root now, we've just been watching since we started recording. He hasn't looked like missing a ball. He has looked so good.
Oh, he's so in.
He's an excellent player of spin.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
What's his average in Asia?
His average in Asia is just a tick under 60. He's probably getting up towards that now. His average in India is 64. So, that's up there with the all-time greats.
Yeah,
that is. You want to talk about conditions playing a big part in cricket and going away from home, the green decks, the swinging, the overcast conditions. You couldn't be more different to the rank turners we've got here.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, talking about this pitch, you can see Ashwin's completely turning on it, and it looks like they've got clay in the pitch. It's that red.
And there you go, another reverse
just playing
sweep.
Reverse laps, no regard for his stumps. Can we get the weather in Chennai? I would love to see the temperature. It looks dry. This pitch looks dry.
Yeah. For a day 2 pitch, yeah.
I can't imagine that it would be too hot this time of the year, but I'd love to know. So Root, he's
sunny and 29.
And I imagine
that's good cricket weather.
Indian 29s.
Indian 29, I reckon, would be a little bit different.
29. Watching the
Canberra 29.
Yeah, watching Root just dab the ball around.
50% humidity.
Where now, we've sort of been away from Joe Root for the last couple of years. We've talked about Kohli's come here, hasn't done much against us. We've seen what Kane Williamson's been doing. We know what Steve Smith does. Joe Root's well and truly put himself back into the top 4. Yeah. Where we'll do a bit of a round table here. They're the top 4 batsmen in world cricket. Where would you rank those 4? Go 1 through 4. How would you rank them?
Well, I think we had this chat before that statistically it's Steve Smith ahead of Kohli, then Kane Williamson, and then you've probably got Root straight after that.
And to clarify, this is just talking about Test cricket.
Test cricket.
Just Test cricket.
Yeah.
But I was looking at
Root's just brought up his double ton. So
with a 6. So
there we go.
That's interesting there for Joe Root. 4950s, 2000s. So I suppose
not a great conversion rate.
If there is a criticism, it's perhaps that conversion rate. Can't argue with his form.
Yeah, his form recently, because he's just hit this 200. He had
186 and 220
against Bangladesh. So he's
been
Sri Lanka. Sorry. Yes, sorry.
So in his last 5 innings, he's scored like 700 runs.
Yeah. So if I'm going right now, I'm probably putting Kane Williamson up top. I'm just jealous of everything he does.
But
Smith had a bit of a rough summer.
Smith had 2, but
as we said, he had a rough summer, but he still averaged 40.
I think he was the second highest run scorer in the series.
He was in the end.
So I'd go Smith 2. I'd probably put Root above Kohli, recency bias to be by it. God, the bloke hasn't played. He's been looking
whole
after
of India's
his kids.
coming after you.
Yeah, bring it on. 1.4 billion. Yeah, little bloke in Canberra. I'll take that on. Well, look. God, Kohli's killed us that many times. He's killed world cricket. It's almost like seeing this is going to fire him up. He's going to want to, you score 200, watch me, watch me score 300.
Well, we want to go out here and score 700. We're going to bat for the next 3 days. So, interesting stat. I think Kohli's on 41 Test centuries, which is equal with Ricky Ponting. So if he scores another century, he'll take over Ricky Ponting, who I think second on the all-time list, with Tendulkar at 1 at 53 tests.
He had 100 hundreds, I know that, between one-day cricket and tests.
Yeah. Most Test centuries.
So it's interesting. He's had 189 tests compared to Ponting's 300-odd, and they're at the same...
Innings.
Innings.
When he was 6.
It's true. So innings for his 41, so he's about half of that. And then I know Steve Smith's at 20 Test centuries from 90, so he's half what Kohli is. So he's on same pace to match what Kohli is, if not beat it.
It's great. It's great for Test cricket. Yeah, it's great.
There's so good for that.
4 blokes from 4 different countries, 4 different teams, all batting in the middle of the innings. It's great to see. We all love Test cricket here. It absolutely... it gives you something to talk to. Like now
the
we've
pinnacle
got
of cricket.
absolutely. Like, you can't help but say the winner of Root and Kohli might decide who wins this series. So the bowling lineups are pretty well matched. This is a monster score here. I mean, they've got Ollie Pope in now. He can hit a long bomb. Josh Butler's
Josh
coming
Butler's
in.
about to come out.
So-
So if they want to unleash him,
If they put 600 on here, that's good. The worst they can do is draw it. So,
yep.
Scary to see this because we just lost to these children, the Indian team that they brought out. We've got the
India-
Ashes. We've got the
India
Ashes
side.
coming up. So,
As a lot of our listeners were pointing out, it wasn't even an India A side. They thought it was like an India, a third tier India side that's just beaten us here in Australia, and now England looking the goods over there. It's a little bit concerning for us as Aussie cricket fans.
Yeah, because that's a great point and kind of good transition for us because India have back-to-back series against England. So they got this one here in India and then they go across to England before Australia play England for the Ashes at is the end of the year or start of the year? End of the year.
it'll be the
Middle of
Middle of the year, like September-ish?
No, it won't be that early. It'll start
November?
December. Yeah, late November, early
Okay.
December. So
sorry, it's here. Yeah,
We're hosting,
It's
yeah.
India.
It's here.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
here.
yeah,
It is here.
Apologies.
Yeah, it's not in England. Yeah, so it's here.